to break to Mishaingia TikTok. And I'm like, my goodness, will my show ever get to end? But anyway, I like it this way. Simwanze kunifollow. Fungueni masimu hapo. Instagram. It will be so bad if I come out of this place and I'm not making money online. Hey, munitumie Lions TikTok. Much I know, you know. All right, you wanted to say something in relation to that, yes.
I wanted to answer his question. Vile ameuliza una secureje brand deals. First of all, sometimes brand ndo inakuapproach. Maybe wanakuemail, so ukiwa na account, make sure contacts zako ziko hapo. Because wase wanaweza like kazi yako but watakuaje alafu na pia hawezi brand itakuja ikudm ati kadim kana kudm na pia unataka safari kwa
itakuwa ngumu.
Utasoma gani Okay. Secondly, you can write proposal and approach the brands. The other thing, unaweza ndo chukua kitu branded ya brand. Let's say like Coca-Cola. Wanda ununue Coca-Cola, upige nayo shoot and then you pitch to them the idea.
As you force the brand on you.
Exactly. Vitu kama hizo you can do them.
But also I wanted to say he was talking about niching. Like specifying on niching. I find it as a creator, ukianza, you really have to specify on a niche. But don't close yourself off to one niche. You can do as many niches as you can. For me personally, I do hair, fashion, beauty, and lifestyle. And then the thing is, when you want to work with certain brands, your page and the content you put out must align with what the brand. If I want to work with a skincare brand, I need to post a skincare routine. You get that's how you find brands approaching creators, because your creator akona a certain thing that the brand wants. If I talk about perfumes and I'm teaching people, oh, if you want to smell like vanilla, use this perfume like this, you'll find a scented a brand for scents will definitely approach me because the content that I'm putting on my page aligns with what the brand wants. So that's a key way of how to secure brand deals. Lazima, because you can't be a fitness content creator and then expect to work with KFC. You don't have anything to do with food on your page. So it's it's very different. It's very off. So you really need to niche down.
You have to have a goal.
For those niches that you have really specified in, now make content on those niches. Come on, food, review restaurants. You'll find restaurants approaching you. If it's hair, do your hair, take a video of your hair. You'll find hair brands approaching you. So do decide on the niches, but don't close yourself off to the niches, and then create content that aligns so that you get the brand deals and the brands that approach you.
Smoky, you want to say something?
I'm going to answer something different from what they've said. To merge their questions, this is what works for me, God.
Okay.
There is a way that you will involve God in whatever you do that is going to favor you. Ata watu watashangaa, we are doing the same thing, but she's getting more than I'm getting. It's because I'm going to pray. It's because I'm going to pray. The second thing, originality, and you become smart. I'm going to give a specific example. There was an event organization that wanted us to market the event. Now, there is someone who is only going to post on their story the poster, the original poster of the event. Personally, as Smurf, I'm going to do a get ready with me. You see, I'm doing more than you're doing. And that's how I get more money than you, because you're doing the bare minimum. You're just posting the original poster. I'm going to take time, shoot content, get ready with me on what you can wear to that event. Now, the organizers are going to see, okay, this is doing more than she is. Then they're going to pay me more money than you.
And so it means also that the numbers are not just enough.
Because you'll find there's some creators who, for example, maybe you'll find that there's a creator who has more followers than Imela, but it's Imela who's working with the brand. Not because Imela is any special, but it's because of the work Imela puts out there. I usually tell people who ask how to start, I usually tell them, one, does your page sell you? You see, if I go to Flaco's TikTok and I see what he does, I know Flaco is a dance influencer. So if I have an event or if I'm an artist, I will go to Flaco because I know what he does. If I have a makeup product that I'm starting, I will go to Imela because Imela posts her makeup routine. If I want something and I want people to laugh, maybe I have a stand-up comedy show, I will go to Tumbili because I know that's what he does. If I want another comedy, I will go to Bana Malai because I know.
But you people should be clapping for this lady. Always right there. Able to really find. All right, there's someone who has a question. Wacha tuulize wale kwanza hawajasema kitu and then we come back to you. Anyway, that is nice to know basically what everybody else is.
All right.
Everyone.
Everyone.
You know, Okay.
All right, hi everyone.
Hi.
My name is Gashom Jogu. I'm an artist. I'm also a content creator.
Nice.
And one of the voices behind the Real 20-somethings podcast that you mentioned. And yeah, I'd like to shift the conversation a little bit and tap into the wisdom of you guys on the other side. And I have one question only. When you were starting, what are the silent struggles that you faced that no one told you about, you didn't know about? What are those silent struggles that you faced?
And the silence wins that they have that they don't want to tell us.
They can open up.
Never test their secrets.
But now, why are we having this conversation?
We're giving you
Okay.
the same way. I would like to answer. Can I answer him on struggles? This is a struggle every content creator or influencer faces. Sometimes there's this thing, you need to get this thing, there's this thing, and unapata umerecord content yako, you've taken your time. So you've shoot your camera, you've done this, then you post, you're like, I expect it to
engagement.
So you're like posting, you're waiting. I'm like waiting, you're refreshing the page. Two views. Almost 7 hours of your day. But then you can't tell nobody. So you're going to a corner, you're like, amejaweza.
Alafu kesho unaekelea BTS.
Inapata 100k views.
Content original una post and nobody will tell you that shit. Everyone faces that thing. Sometimes you might take your time to do something, you might pull all your energy into that thing, but then then can you couldn't expect inakula. So that's one thing every influencer faces. The other things I think they can tell you.
And I guess that's the reason why one should not give up.
Exactly.
You should be.
Mimi ni content creator, hata mimi msidi. My friend, nikiona 2, 3 views, 4 views, mimi naenda. I'm gone. You're done, eh?
You done. Also,
there's a gentleman there. You want to say something?
I was telling him, as a creator, do it because you love creating. Don't do it because you're waiting for you're expecting something. Do it because you love it. Let it just be out there because it's you.
And then you might think 1K views ni kidogo.
Ebu
weka watu 1K kwa ground. Uhesabu.
1,000 people.
Tell them to go search on Google. You see, if you see you have like 1,000 likes, just go to Google, search 1,000 people in a room.
How many?
That's a crowd.
Or 2 days.
1,000.
I think the different lenses that we have. You want to say something, Brayo, before we get to here? All right. We amesema ameunda pesa online, so I'm like, hey,
Forex trader.
Wash.
Swali yangu naweza uliza ni unaweza kuwa influencer na hauna pesa.
Kwani nani?
Wangapi wako bro? Wako.
Kwani sisi tuko na
We started by saying we are normal human beings.
Maybe it's not making sense to him because he says he is an influencer and he has made money out of it. Influencers, I'm a content creator.
Forex trader.
Ebu tuambie. Whether you're an influencer or a content creator. Zote. Have you made money? What do you know this?
Huwezi kuwa zero bob. Hiyo swali yako, like unauliza like unaweza kuwa influencer na usikue na pesa. Huwezi kuwa zero bob. But what we say is hiyo pesa iko it will never be enough. You know, money is vanity. Itaisha. So if I do this deal and it gives me this money, that doesn't mean towards the end of the year, December, bado niko na hiyo do. I've done things with it. Itaisha.
Yeah, and I guess here to answer him, yes, unaweza kuwa influencer bila do. Juu maybe bado brand deals hazijaanza kukupata.
Maybe ndo unaanza.
Zikianza kukupata, do itakama.
Alafu content kemiza kwambia, hakuna influencer uanza na do. Nobody.
And I wanted to ask, is it the numbers first or the money first?
Numbers first.
Numbers first.
Numbers and your work.
There's a lady behind there. You want to say something? Okay, there are two ladies. Wamesema hao wataki story mingi yao ni silent spectators. Hamjaanza swali ya indiscipline because that is one thing.
That was discipline. Okay, can I just start with, so for you, the creator that you approached and did that to you, many. You see, the thing with our generation, I will talk on behalf of the young creators. There's this thing that comes with when you get fame when you're young, there are people who take it positively and there are people who take it negatively. There are people who take it in the way of, mini star, you can't tell me anything. And there are people who take it na ile ya, manze, this ini job, nikomboka. So I think also for people who approach creators, I usually say, look at the background of that creator. What brands work with that creator? What work does that creator put on their platform? How do they carry themselves as a person? What are the stories people say about them? Is this a creator who always has scandals everywhere? Or is this someone who is by the book? When I tell them, be here this time, they will come. Do this, they will do this. And I think for creators, discipline is a personal decision. Even if I have 5 managers, they will not make me be disciplined. If I say as Mwende, today I had an interview at 9 and I choose to come here at 12, maybe drunk or not even properly dressed, that's a decision I've made for myself. Maybe my manager made sure I was ready by 8. But I just nilichelewa mimi kutaka. So this thing, discipline is an individual decision. Why have you joined our space? Why have you joined the creation space? Is it to be a menace? Or is it to be a creator who will be respected?
Also, to add on that, naweza sema the thing of being a star, I guess ifai kukuingia kwa kichwa. Ingekuwa imeingia ikikuingia kwa kichwa, Tumbili yangekuwa na sisi hapa. Angekuwa shanza kutuambia
hivi. Ni mnoma angekuwa hapa.
Ikikuingia kwa kichwa utajipata wewe na Miss BMW. Utajipata unaingia, utajipata uko na security hapo, lakini kazi unamuuliza, unajua mimi ni nani? Yeye kazi yake amepewa security, but unataka kumbully cause unajua mimi ni nani. So I feel kukuingia like you're a normal person with numbers. And the other one mwenye unataka kumisbehavior ni a normal person without numbers.
But then one thing I wouldn't lie, once you're an influencer or whatever, sio nitakudanganya watu. Kila mtu kuna ego. Everyone has ego. So you see that nimesikia ukisema mtu anataka muende nini, it's lazima.
It's important.
Lazima. Mimi siwezi kuja kwa event. Mimi ni msanii nakaa hapa, nikae naingia kwa ticket nipange line ticket. As in just
lakini fika mapema.
Mapema no time. But akichelewa ni sawa.
Akichelewa it's fine. But come on time, give that person the treatment they deserve.
Let's have discipline from this side and discipline from this side.
Yeah, we have to have discipline from you can't treat me badly and expect me to also do a good job. If you don't properly allocate me my transport, my what and what, you're not properly taking care of me. How do you expect me to work?
Kuna organizers wako kali sana nakwambia chana nayo. Usiperform. See like Willy Paul made the event. Alikatazwa your time akaambia usiingie stage. So ulikuwa lenient kwake.
All right.
But again, that's what you told. That's what you told. Do what you
briefly.
Usimwambie.
But again, that's what you told.
There's a response here, yeah?
That's what you told. Before you think about the money, love what you do. Personally, as I said, I'm a fashion model, right? I love clothes. Sometimes I just buy clothes, not because I want to create content, because I love them. I love grooving. I love amapiano, I love dance, I love dancing. Yes, I'm working with you. I'm supposed to be at your event at, let's say, 9 p.m. I'm going to get there even at 7 p.m. Why? Because I'm there because I love what I'm doing. Yeah, I love being there.
All right. I want to ask you something, Brian, because it's important that we create a balance across. In the sense that, because then this is a sure way to getting money. I think even when you're trying to, propose to a client the possibility of, you giving them value for what it is that you want, like influencing their product. You want to tell them that I am good on Facebook, I have great numbers on YouTube, I have great numbers on Instagram. How do you make sure that you synchronize, all this so that you have the numbers across and not just on one platform? So that then you can capture the attention of different clientele. Like she says, when you want to do politics, ingia pale Facebook, contrary to maybe TikTok and all that.
So basically what I'd say...
Asimame, Mama?
Asimame jo.
Star.
Okay.
Minister. Utaniambia.
Oh my God.
Let me ask, what was your question again?
The question is, how do you make sure that you synchronize all your platforms such that there's value you bring via Facebook, via Instagram, TikTok, and everything. So we don't say, Flaco and Brian are big on TikTok, but they're not anything when it comes to these other pages.
So basically, what a trick that me and Flaco uses, we'd say when we post our content on Instagram, it doesn't go like how we post it on TikTok, and then it gets like likes. So the thing that we do, we'd post maybe a snippet of what we did, on another app to make the users, to make the ones who are watching, tell them that if you want to watch the full video, go to this page. So that's one trick that we use to boost our other pages. Yeah.
Okay. And I need to know that because we need to understand the secrets of actually,
and then
making the numbers big constantly, and the secret of making sure that again you make money out of that, because it's one thing to be consistent, to be disciplined and everything, but if this is not reflecting on your page, then it does not make sense.
Yeah, I guess you can also cross post. Like for now, unaweza post Instagram na Facebook at the same time, unaweza ziconnect. Na pia usikue ati juu watu walijua na TikTok, Instagram ni ya Flako ama ni ya Tumbili, ama YouTube ni ya Tumbili, sita post. Wewe ukifanya tu kitu, post kwa platform zote at the same time. Zitavari, lakini zote zitakuwa zina grow with time.
What about promotiana? Sasa kama sasa mko hapa, maybe you just work on something that will prepare cross promotion.
Alafu pia there is collaboration. Una collaborate na the other creators. Kuna msanii big IG, ukicollaborate naye hizo numbers zake atakugawia. Maybe naye ni mnoma TikTok. Ukicollaborate pia naye
na pia ni kwa
I wanted to say
how big are you, as you say something, how big are you on YouTube, for instance?
I'm not currently on YouTube. I mostly focus on Instagram. But this leads me to my next point. As much as content creation is an art, it's also a science. You need to learn that for example, let me give an actual example. Short form videos do much better on TikTok than on Instagram. You get so you'd find as a creator you need to also learn stuff like the algorithm. What time am my audience online? If my audience are online at 10 a.m. I can't be posting at 7 p.m. So also as a content creator you need to study the creation, you study the algorithm, so that if TikTok are meant for short form videos, I can't go to TikTok and put a 2-minute vlog. People are not gonna watch because TikTok mainly captures people, because people have a very short attention span on TikTok. Immediately you start yapping and it's long, they'll scroll up. So exactly, but when it comes to Instagram, people want to, when they're at home, when they've relaxed, they want to see on Instagram, okay, what are you posting? So I feel like also with content creation, study it. Study what time your audience is online so that you get to, you get the full
you maximize
on the numbers.
I think I like that because that's why I asked you how big you are on YouTube, because this is a story I've had. And maybe you have a page, unaambiwa ukiweka a longer video is when you're going to make money more. When you put a shorter one,
apart from the timing, you have to know this. We were talking about this earlier before we came here. Instagram is all about aesthetics. TikTok, you just be you. For Instagram, you have to look nice. You have to dress nicely. I'm not gonna lie to you. You have to go to nice places. You have to have a good phone. Because for Instagram, I have to go to a nice restaurant, dress nicely, get new clothes. But for TikTok, take your bonnet and take your PJs. Just make a story and you're gonna pop. So you have to understand this app. So they're the same, because Instagram is all about aesthetics and what you bring. Like people want to know which restaurant did you go to, where did you buy your clothes from. But for TikTok, you can just take your bonnet and PJs and you wear it, make a story. Just make people laugh.
But that thing for time is really important.
Tell us, you wanted to say something.
Then we need to switch our pages from personal accounts to professional accounts.
Because
that's the only way utaget hizo analytics na insights. Because for insights inakwambia how many people watch me at what time. Na watu wali watch video up to what length, demography, wako wapi,
what gender your
and those are things that you need to observe.
So you change your account from personal account to professional.
A public business account. Put your category on your bio.
I have something to say. As much as Smaf amesema Instagram ni aesthetics, don't kill yourself for the aesthetics. Because there are people who prefer Instagram creators who are very real. It's different. You need to just find what you want your page to look like. If I want to be an Instagram baddie, I want my page to look like luxury, that's what I'll portray. If I want my page to look like real, my day-to-day life, I'll also do that. So don't let the pressure of Instagram get you doing things that you don't want to.
And that thing of
millennial, kuna millennial huko nyuma ananiuliza mbona muongei kuhusu Facebook na X? I mean, kwani nini inaendelea hapa? You have a question here, all right?
FB.
Sorry about my concentration span.
All right,
but,
we have a question. All right.
You guys talked about contracts, something like that. I'm very good at contract law. So I'm a legal practitioner seated here. And you talked about kuruka. Una sign contract, but then inarukwa, ama it's been amended, ama it's been, it's been destroyed, something like that. So like it made me sit down and start thinking like, you guys are offering something called intellectual service. It's part of a property. It's also there's also intellectual property and there's intellectual service. So wewe na jamaa wa kunyoa, you should be treated equally. You and a doctor, or you as Linda, the news anchor here, both of you are in the labor field. Just that the difference is it contract for service or contract of service? It depends with you guys. So it made me question, are you guys prevalent with the various labor laws related to intellectual services? And also it made me realize, do you sit down and understand this field? How do law interact with such fields? And also a bit, as I sit down, as I summarize, a bit of just, let me say, a pro bono, especially there's a lady who complained about contract who amendiwa. Always keep a copy. That's the big, it's a very good, it's called documentary evidence. It's a very good. So when you sign a contract, make sure there are 2 copies. Moja iende mali itaenda, another one, inua mattress yako ya bedroom, mali unekanga birth certificate na passport. Rusha hapo ndani.
Wewe umefanya nikaona tulikuwa visualize mali birth certificate yangu na passport.
I think about contract.
Another thing on the contract is also
thank you.
Apart from that, don't be shy to add whatever detail you want. I'm going to give an example. No matter how small the detail is, tell them to add that on their contract. For me, as I said, I ask organizations to pay me half of the money before I start creating content. And 2 days, make sure that is written 2 days before the event. Because if you don't write that, afterwards they're going to ghost you and then they're going to be like, on the contract, there is nowhere you said that I'm going to pay you 2 days.
Also, another thing that's really important when you're signing contracts, have a witness. Always have a legal witness. You, your manager, and another person who's not your manager. So that when anything is said in that room, and anything you have signed, there is someone else, a third party, has seen. So even when you go out on you see there's some creators who go on their pages and they complain and they even tag those brands and they're like, you haven't paid me. I'm so sure if that person had like a third witness, akona mtu mwenye anaweza mtetea na tuseme yenyewe it's for real, when they signed this contract and they had agreed on this but they haven't played their part. So always have a witness.
All right, and we must see the economic and social impact of content creation in the lives of you people. And I think that is very critical. So as we come to a close, unless there's something from this end that is burning, is there something that is burning? All right. You make it very like 30 seconds, we get their responses as they tell us, how do you manage yourself that after all said and done, umepata hii pesa kidogo, how do you manage it and ikuserve until you get the next amount of money, and also how do you manage it to ensure that out of it you can also get another gig?
Okay, so for me,
have the mic up.
I'd like to just talk about the part where they say money first or followers first. I'd say financial literacy first. That's the most important part.
I think that answers one of the questions, that economic and social impact.
Yes, financial literacy first. Then I'd also like to urge influencers out there that as we influence, as any other business and as any other career, we are having an obligation to produce a positive impact to the society. So whatever it is, think of the values that you're putting out or coming across us. So make sure that it's enabling the society to be better and better every day.
All right. That's 30 seconds.
Okay, thank you so much.
It's a good thing.
Anyway, thank you so much. Personally, I would say, as much as you're working on that brand, you're influencing, have something of your own. As much as you're practicing in that politics, have something of your own.
Authenticity.
Ujapata umevai na kiti yenye haiko inafaa, but umebaki ukilia.
Usikomefuta kazi.
Usibaki ufanya content creation. Viewers wameenda, umefanya kadrama, watu wamekuchukia, na story yako imeisha. Have something for your own. Lastly, I would say hi to all my student leaders, people I lead under.
Mnipe kura.
Sana nitapigwa vita, na sitaki vita.
All
the viewers, thank you so much. For Musto Nyoto, Youth President, Murang'a County.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
30 seconds.
Yeah, as I said earlier, we mostly, the youth, we look up to Sindio. Napata mostly mimi nitapost vida, then nitag Flaco hapo. Hata comment. The comment means a lot. Just comment. And as I finish up, I'd like to tell you that let's prioritize clarity over complexity.
Okay.
And and let's not allow obscurance to devour eloquence.
Okay.
Sasa.
All right. Brayo, we come to you 30 seconds as we come to a close. You want to say something? 30 seconds, max.
Gustavo. Okay, nataka tu kuuliza haraka. What would you tell that young boy in the village who has a dream of making it big, blowing it through the internet? Yes. Yeah. Either on the government side, or how do content creators also make the space more accommodating for people who have dreams of making it through this space?
All right.
Yes.
How are your pockets today? Gustavo.
I will
after
after the show, yes.
Okay, right. All right, as we close in 30 seconds, there about.
I don't know what she said. I'd say that don't depend on content if you're a content creator.
Okay.
You must have something of your own.
There's no content creator who's just doing content creation.
We have other businesses.
Utapata kuna ile peak season ya events. Kama mimi na Flaco si dance. So utapata peak season ya events upate ni huko August. Hii time yote tutakuwa tukifanya nini? So you must have something of your own, like just kizungu. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. We come to you guys, and the market is quite saturated, I must tell you. Every day there is a content there is a comedian.
The cake is too big.
Beautiful woman.
The cake is too big.
Yes, what is the secret to survival? You know, economic stability, maintain, and remaining consistent, and actually, like a flower all through, that you don't get to a point ile unanyauka. As we come to a close, 30 seconds.
That's how, let me start that.
What is the secret of being in the game for 13 years?
Number one, I will just say, most of the people that maybe we started with, wamekata kuembrace awendi na the trend, you know. Wako rigid kuingia TikTok, wako rigid kudu what they
do. Pale Facebook
una get. Na ajui hiyo ndo kitu yenye iko. Like me transition yangu, I used to do stand up, like who travel the world doing stand up. Then when content creation kicked in, because now audience like a group of people ilikiliwa na corona, I had to transition now to do online stuff, you know. Na hiyo ndo most of them walikata kudu. So we have to go with the trends. But usiforce pia, sometimes easy work na usiforce.
All right, fair enough. 30 seconds.
Don't really on the business thing or on the staying consistent or whatever. Besides having the content creation, utapata every content creator has that one day anapata ile gig poa inamweka poa. Ukipata gig poa upate do ya maana, use that money to give you something which will keep you consistent. Because you can't be a content creator without having something in your pockets. Utatoaje? So kwa na biashara kana kupatia 5k kando, unaweza hata una rent BNB, unapiga content. So once you get one gig which will put you somewhere, use the money well so you can
invest in your craft.
I also, just to support Flaco's point, if you're a content creator, you have a talent. So let's say my talent is in hair. I need to invest in that talent to get me more money. So for example, if I know how to play people's hair, on the side business, I have my mobile hair salon. So it will help me even, because trust me, brand deals don't come every month. You won't get deals every month. Na pesa ya content huisha haraka. Huisha haraka. Immediately inaisha. You need to always have that constant of the constant multiple sources of income. And also to finish up, also showing up as a creator, you also need to learn that it's discipline over motivation. Even when you don't feel motivated enough to pick up that camera and put it on that tripod, you just need to show up. You need to be disciplined enough to always show up even when you don't feel like.
Okay, 30 seconds. I'm coming to you,
I'm
McKenna.
going to summarize this.
Sorry, Mwende.
First, put God first. If you want opportunities, pray for them. Two, discipline. Discipline. Respect others for you to be respected. Thirdly, be smart. The money you're getting from content, save it up, invest it, because money pesa itaisha. But if you save it and you invest it, itaisha. And then just love what you do.
All right, beautiful. Benair.
Mimi nitajua shasema most of the things about financial. Nitajibu mse about huyo mtu mdogo. If you have that thing in yourself, plant that seed in yourself, water it, start big, grow big, and start with what you have to get what you don't have.
Okay, beautiful.
So for me, I'll just finish with a statement I always tell every aspiring creators. Do it scared. Do it scared. Don't care about what they'll tell you. It's your page, it's your account. You can always block them. You can always restrict them. Do it scared. Don't compare yourself. Everyone's journey is different. And everyone starts from somewhere.
Beautiful, beautiful. Mwende right there, of course. Bena, thank you so much, as well as Imela, Smaf, Flako, Brian on the other side, and Tumbili, and everybody else on this other side. Asanteni sana. We are all watching, able to create TV47. Mumekuja kwa TV ya mjui. We are all watching TV47, you know. Thank you so much, guys. All right, it was great having you, and I'm looking forward to see you again next Tuesday. My name is Linda Alela. Do have yourself a lovely, lovely night. I know I'm just saying my pages zenyu, but yes, follow these guys, water, in whatever it is that they have said they are doing. Have a good night. It's a wrap. Thank you.